and welcome to episode 182 of Masters of the Forge. I'm Adam, and with me is Jason. Hi, Jason.
Hey, Adam. Hello, everyone.
We're getting started so late. It's gonna be, by the time this is over, we're gonna be asleep. I'm gonna need alcohol.
Hey, Google, what time is it?
The worst thing is, poor Talbaz. So we just started at 7:30, and Quinn's going to be going to bed real soon, so he's probably going to be making a cameo appearance during this intro.
Yeah, that's okay. That's good. It's always good to have a representative of Grandfather Nurgle appear.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, in light of it being late and we need to get going, Jason, what kind of hobby progress have you been responsible for the past few weeks?
All right. So, water slide transfers, decals, decals, whatever you want to call them. That's what I've been doing. Mm-hmm. I forgot how much I hate doing them. I mean, I do them well. It's not like I'm doing it's not like I have problems like tearing them up. It's boring. So, I'm using the Forge World decals. I'm going to call them decals tonight. So I'm using the Thousand Suns, the white ones, the markings, not the gold ones. On the left shoulder and on the right shoulder, I'm using the scarab, the stylized scarab. And it's kind of fun because I didn't know what they would all look. I mean, I knew what they're going to look like, but I wasn't sure what the exact effect would be. And so on the Masters of the Forge scheme, is what I'm calling it, my black and red scheme, they've got that ruby, almost ruby candy apple red field underneath it, and they really pop. So I'm like really happy with that. And then for my Iron Man squad, which is the gold and silver, it has a real nice metallic sheen underneath it, but it's not that ruby red. And then for the other squad that I have, which is like honestly, it looks more word bearers than Thousand Suns, to be honest.
I mean, it's fine. You're all freaking filthy heretic anyways.
Yeah, they have like a black shoulder pad underneath, and so it really looks that black versus white looks really, really nice. My thought is that from now on in the future, I'm just going to, whenever I buy a rubric squad, I'm just going to build the squad and build a second aspiring sorcerer with it and paint it all at once, because I'm having problems doing like a consistent red with the paint scheme I'm using. It's not happening. And so, I'm either not saturated enough or I'm too saturated. And so I just that's just something I need to think about. But then again, that kind of works with 1,000 Suns because each sorcerer is their own little whatever, and each aspiring sorcerer has its own thing.
Yeah, they all have their own kind of character.
Yeah. So, but what I'm calling the Masters of the Forge scheme, which, we don't have to make that the scheme, but I'm referring to as, I really do like this scheme. It was really easy to put together. And so I'm thinking I might do just a Crusade list with this scheme, add an Infernal Master, an Exalted Sorcerer, maybe some Termies, and maybe a second aspiring sorcerer. So I've got, a nice little force I can use as a combat patrol or something. I pulled together my Adepticon list. So I've been putting together the Crusade list that I'm taking, and then we are going to Adepticon, and I'm doing the friendly with you. And so I had to go through and actually figure out how many points is the friendly, which 1,500. So I was like, okay, I've got 1,000 points, easy. But I need this to be friendly. So I was like, all right, let's take the Mutalith, because nothing screams friendly like a unit that might like almost kill itself in the middle of a game. So, and I was thinking, so Fred the Mutalith will be there. And I thought about using like a smaller model count. Like I'll take some Termies. I was like, no, wait a minute. That's the unfriendly list. And then I was like, well, I could break these up into multiple squads. I'm like, no, that's also the unfriendly list. So I'm going to max all the rubric squads because I'm not adding extra aspiring sorcerer points, I guess. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it as friendly as possible.
Yeah.
Let's see. So that's the Thousand Suns stuff. I also ordered the Stargrave book as a possible rule set for like our Inquisition 28 games.
That sounds smart.
Yeah, in the past I used Frostgrave and Rangers of Shadowdeep, and I just proxied, I was like, well, if it's okay, it's a las gun, we'll just say it's a crossbow or something like that. And that worked pretty well. So I thought maybe let's go ahead and try the real book and see what's happening there, because Kill Team has changed around. Like we have a new edition of that, and it doesn't currently, with the rules that are there, it would be very difficult to turn that into an Inquisition game, if that makes sense. It's just not working. So I want to try this new system and see if that will work. I mean, the original Inq 28 or the original Inquisitor rules are so odd and whatnot that who cares? Stargrave's fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. Last thing.
I'm going to be buying that book, so...
Oh, Stargrave?
Yeah, so I'll be able to try it out with you.
Oh, cool. Then, so maybe I can go through and put some of my Inquisition models and take them to Adepticon, and we could run that.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun.
Okay, good, because I have a lot of room in my box or my backpack now for minis, so... I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but I did order 2 minis from Victoria Miniatures sometime during December. And one is this dual pistol psyker, which could probably use as a rogue trader or maybe an Inquisitor. And then this Cthulhu-inspired orc weird boy. And the more I look at this weird boy, well, it's not even a weird boy. It's just this guy in a cloak holding a staff. You can't really see his face. Like there's a mask over it, but there's like tentacles underneath. And I started thinking that this guy could be like maybe, a Herald of Tzeentch or a sorcerer or even like an infernal master, because you don't see that he's like the proportions are more Space Marine than they are human, if that makes sense. And so I'm going to paint this guy and see what I can do with him and maybe turn him into an infernal master or something like that, because he's got instead of legs and at least his left arm are tentacles, but he does have the right arm that's still very much, it's a little bit bigger than a Space Marine hand, but I mean, he looks mutated, so that would work for Thousand Suns Tzeentch, to be honest. So yeah, it'll be fun. I can give him a nice, cool backstory. Maybe put a pistol on here to make it look more 40K than fantasy, I guess. But yeah,
nice.
Fun little mini.
No, that sounds fun. I picked up some third-party models as well. I may have talked about it the last time we were here. I'll just drop all my books on the floor. That's cool.
It's okay. I did that earlier.
I ordered from Bad Squiddo Games.
Ooh, okay.
Yep, they're in England. I got my heroine, which is a warrior rescuing a maiden.
Oh, okay.
And I got a free mini with it. There's a lady holding a stick. She's going to beat you over the head with her stick. I got Freya's Wild Cats, which are 2 awesome metal cat minis.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
But most importantly of all, I got Sergio the Sax Man.
Oh,
who
it's
is
that guy.
a miniature based on the sax player from Lost Boys. And guess what? I got a second one just for you. So I'll be sending that off the next time I send miniatures.
Wait, are you serious?
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you, dude. That's
You're
awesome.
welcome. You're welcome.
He goes in my office.
Yeah, it's gonna be important. So I got those. That was fun. I wrapped up those Beast Snagga Cavalry.
Yeah, those look beautiful, man.
Yeah, that was a lot of work. That was a lot of effort.
Yeah, that looked like a lot of work. But
Cavalry
they're
is always a
beautiful.
lot.
Yeah.
Cavalry is always difficult. There's Louise Sugden on Warhammer on Warhammer Plus did a hair tutorial. You know how miniatures have sculpted hair, but also like horses and other mounts like griffins still have smooth sections that are still hair. They're just smooth hair.
Right.
Well, she did a tutorial on how to actually make that look like hair, and I can't wait to try that out with like a horse miniature soon. I wouldn't do that with the squigs. Obviously, they've eaten too much Hive Fleet Leviathan, so I painted them purple. But I'm gonna try that hair tutorial out on when I do my Cities of Shaiish army. So yeah, all the Beast Snagga models are done. I'm gonna be using those at the friendly.
Okay.
I did 3 test models for the Tau. So I'm doing the white. I'm doing the Commander Shadow Sun scheme, which is white armor with the Tau sept, like Tau ochre orange color as a spot color.
Yeah.
And I tried it with spraying it white, dry brushing it white, and then painting the details and doing a black oil wash. I tried it with contrast instead of oil washes. And then I tried painting it all gray and washing it with Basilicanum gray and then panel painting the white on.
Okay.
And honestly, I think I need to find like a happy medium in between.
Okay.
So after these 3, I did 3 models that I bought off of eBay, like cheap ones that are kind of messed up.
Yeah.
But I still don't think I have it down the way I'm definitely going to do it yet. But I think it'll be smoother if I paint it white first.
Okay.
Paint the insides, and I think I may have to actually panel. I may have to panel line the black panel lines in between the panels, which I really don't do very much. I hate doing that. But I think that's the way it's going to look the best, is to do the white first, do the insides gray, wash those insides, and then panel line the black in between the white panels. So that'll be interesting. After that, I built about a getting started's worth of the Age of Sigmar models. So I built some free well, there is no getting started for Cities of Sigmar. So I built 2 units of Free Guild Guard, a commander, 2 artillery pieces, and 2 wizards.
Okay.
And I did kit bash a bunch of skeletons in with the Free Guild, and they look pretty awesome. I'm really looking forward to those. But I have to wait. I ordered a skull pack from Flipside, waiting for that to add some things, and I ordered some about 240 HO scale Delilahs. Delilahs? Whatever. Dahlias. Yeah, dahlias. Flowers, which I'm going to paint as marigolds for that army.
Yeah.
Those are going to be kind of interspersed throughout. And that yellow and orange pop is going to be real important on that scheme, because it's going to be mostly black. So that's going to be really important to get those pop colors in there. so I don't want to do a test model. I'm really aching to do a test model. I really want to do a test model, but I can't do it without those flowers.
Right. Because you need to have the, yeah.
And I also sold some superfluous kits I had laying around and bought like $85 worth of Battle Max. Don't at me. Okay.
No, wait a second.
So
I was going to say that there's a whole lot of cats and kittens on Bad Squiddo.
There, yeah, yep,
yeah,
yep.
There's some cool stuff on here. Actually, I hadn't been on here in a long time, obviously. Yeah. So,
yeah, no, they're great. They have some great sculpts. It's fun.
I'll have to send them some of my money.
Yeah, send them some money. Yeah. You already have a Saxman, so you have to pick something else.
Yeah, I'll need to do that. Definitely getting cats, because, you know.
Oh, yeah, get cats. At least get Freya's battle cats or whatever it was. Those guys are great.
Yeah, those look really tall, but I mean, they're supposed to be Norwegian forest cats, and those cats are rather large. Ooh, there's some fun
Jason,
stuff in here. Okay.
We also did our Adepticon registration.
Yeah, I'm amazed I managed to get in, because my computer decided that it was not remotely interested in doing anything that I wanted to do. I think I ended up having to switch computers at one point because it just got so bad. All right, so yeah, Adepticon. So I still need to book my flight, but I will be there on Wednesday. I've still got to fly from down here through Dallas and to Chicago, so I'm not going to be there super early because it's not going to happen. I can leave super early, but I'm not going to be there super early.
The point is, you definitely want to try to do Wednesday, not Thursday, because
I want the
invariably ice will fall from the sky and your flight will be delayed if you come in on Thursday.
Yeah.
It's just the way it happens.
Well, what is it? Every time I fly through Chicago to go to Albany to hang with you and Skip and Mike, I always get hit with the delay. You get to spend the night in Chicago. It's like, well, okay. So I know how it works flying through Chicago. All right, so yeah, we're talking about like what loot we're getting and some other stuff. Got the premium badge, got the objective set, always a t-shirt. Got a couple of pint glasses because I absolutely adore pint glasses, and I'm single and I don't have to justify it to anybody.
No.
Yeah. And I grabbed a hoodie because it's nice to have those things, and I can wear it like, once, maybe about a week or two of the year down here. But the classes I got the blending boot camp, which I really, really wanted because I feel comfortable with an airbrush. I can do all sorts of crazy stuff. I have no fear with the airbrush. I'm fine with dry brushing. I always have been, but wet blending has always been like, I don't know. It's I see what you do, and I see, how Skip paints, and, Pete, whenever, Pete was wet blending all of his flying hive tyrants, and like, I'm just going, no, I'm not that good. So yeah, wet blending is what I want to work on. It's the boot camp, so I should be okay. Nice. I'm on the wait list for the green stuff class. I really want in on this. I was supposed to be on it for 2020, but hopefully someone will drop. I'm also on the wait list for Space Hawk, but it conflicts with the blending boot camp, so I don't have a problem, not getting into that. And then I've got some things with you, which you'll talk about in a second. I haven't signed up for a lot of stuff just because this is going to be my first visit, and I don't want to overload, and I also don't want to haul around my airbrush. There's a bunch of airbrush classes that were still open. I was just like, oh, this would be so cool. But it's like, I'm not carrying that stupid airbrush on the air through the airplane. It's not happening. So, that's not a fun one. I don't even want to try and explain that one to TSA.
No, you don't want any part of that.
Yeah. So what about you, Adam? What you got here? I see you've got some fun stuff that we're doing, and you're doing a couple of other things.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Just to be warned, we're about to be invaded by a 3-year-old.
That's fine. The Herald of Nurgle can show up whenever he wishes. I mean, the last 2 years have been his 2 year,
Yeah. So yeah, right. Yeah, it's his time. We're just living in it. So yeah, I'll be getting there extremely early on Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Theoretically, Dustin's going to pick me up. I don't know. We'll see. As far as loot is concerned, I did get the premium badge.
Yay!
And science. I got the dice. I might get a second set of dice, but there's always extra dice.
Yeah.
The bone and black. I got a set of the objectives, which I always get, and I think you usually get a set when you do a tournament, anyways. But they might be specific to that event, because I think a lot of the time, what happens like with the friendly, like somebody will like 3D print some kind of like a special objective marker or whatever. Yeah, sometimes they do that. Then I got a pub glass and a shot glass and a t-shirt. So
yay! Yeah.
I might go back on there and get some more loot. We'll see.
I probably am. I know me.
Yeah. And if you guys are going, I'll at the very least I'll be there super early volunteering. So if you're volunteering, say hi. I'll wear my Masters of the Forge shirt that first day. Then we have the Warhammer preview that day, the 40k friendly. May the Schwartz be with you. I'm going to be bringing my cavalry, my squig cavalry to that, because I might as well. Hopefully I can get a few practice games in with it, because I've literally only played with the cavalry once in the last game we played. We're doing the trivia. If a narrative play podcast can't at least do decently on trivia, we're screwed.
Yeah, that would be real bad if we.
I mean, we don't have to win. There are people who are crazy into the lore, which we're. Hey, dude, what's up? Can you say hi?
Hey,
Dave
bud.
Matthews Band. Oh, hi, Sonny.
Well, hi, Sonny. Hi, Wendy.
Okay. Hey, Google. Play Dave Matthews Band.
Talvaz, you're welcome.
Talvaz, everybody's. Hey, Alexa, play Dave Matthews Band. No. Anyways, we have the podcaster night on Thursday with Geek Nation Tours at the Stonewood Ale House.
That'll be fun.
And we're looking to get a couple of tables for open gaming for the ICs and the mofos. So we'll let people know if we need any donations for that, but I doubt it. We'll see.
There was like a narrative alleyway or something like that where there'll be just like areas.
Yeah, and then it disappeared off of the roster. So I'm not sure. I think they weren't supposed to have signups for that. I think it was supposed to be just open for narrative play. Okay. So we might just go in there, and
that might be our place. So
we might just take up shop there.
Yeah.
And all right, man. Did you get any games played or?
No. Tonight's game, I will. Yeah, today's.
Yeah. All right. Well, that works. Yeah. That counts.
Yeah. What about you, man? I know it's been.
Well, yeah, it's been a little bit, and we did have a COVID scare here. You call it a scare. It's just we had to make sure we were not near people because it was possibly a COVID. We do not.
Yeah.
So we didn't get any of the 40k games I wanted to get in, but. I did play some BattleTech with Kendrick, Dave, and Mike, which was nice. That was fun. Cool. It's been a long time since I played BattleTech, so it was good fun. Now, however, we should. Quinn's helping us, which is nice, but we need to go beyond the fringe.
Okay.
What's your beyond the fringe, Jason?
So, for those of you who are paying attention to the weather, remember I am in Texas. And last year we had a lovely week where I didn't have power because of the food dispenser went off. You did not hear the cat though run across, like bolt across the room. Yep, they're both here now. Okay. My Beyond the Fringe is electricity. We had a lovely little storm come through last night. And last time we had something like this, I lost power for, 5 days or 6. I don't remember. After a while, who cares? So, yeah, I've had power. So, actually, last night I was thinking we might not even be able to record today because I didn't know what was going to happen. But, obviously, the grid didn't go offline for my area, so I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, so that's my Beyond the Fringe. Having a functional power supply, power infrastructure.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
My Beyond the Fringe is I'm gonna go see monster trucks tomorrow.
Nice.
It has literally been like 30 years since more than 30 years since I've been to see monster trucks. We're gonna go see some monster trucks tomorrow.
I'm trying to remember the last time I saw them happened to be. Have I seen them in the 21st century?
I doubt it.
I don't think I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty. It's going to be pretty great. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
So in the Astropathic Communique, we got a lot of stuff coming up for the 29th. There was supposed to be a lot of releases for the 22nd, but they got pushed back. I think Games Workshop is definitely still feeling COVID pressures.
Yeah.
China's been doing a lot of lockdowns, so all the printed materials that they have can't be done. We noticed that with the Custodes Codex came out, and then immediately there's points changes in the Munitorum Field Manual.
Yeah.
The Munitorum Field Manual and the mission pack for Matched Play is in the 22nd release, but we don't care really. So there's some points changes. Some of them are weird. Let's just put it that way.
I was hearing that on Facebook today. So that was, we get so many things, right? We don't have we have all these, these non-disclosure dates, we can't talk about. I've just gone to the point where I don't even bother remembering anything anymore until we actually talk about it on here. Just I don't know. I don't want to break an NDA. I'm just gonna play dumb. Well, it's not even playing. It's just I just refuse to learn it. So
and there's so much coming. They're giving us so much stuff that it's hard to tell what. I'm having to put it in the notes, the dates. Yeah. So that we don't mess it up. So there's a lot of stuff we're going to be able to discuss next time. Next time we're actually going to be talking about. The plan is to have a guest on to talk about the Custodes.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that. As far as Gene Stealer cults, we'll probably do an Altar of War episode with one of our friends. And I'm going to see if I can't get Tucker to play a game with his Black Templars as well.
Yeah.
So, but next time we'll talk about all these other releases.
Yeah.
So let's take a quick break. And
hold on. There's one thing I do want to talk about because I kind of marked it real quick. So last time I had talked about how I wasn't going to buy that Thousand Suns Combat Patrol box, but we all know that's a lie. I'm probably going to do it. I'll have.
You should.
I think I'll have 50 or 60 Zangors though if I do that. So I don't know what to do. I'm not sure. I guess I could have a Zangor army for AOS. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might already have it. I have a shaman. I've got a whole bunch of the Enlightened.
Yeah, dude. I think you literally have an Age of Sigmar army and you don't even know it.
That wouldn't surprise me. But then I've got a bunch of Tzeentch demons also. So.
Well, exactly. You have the Mutilith.
Are you saying that I have 2 AOS armies and I didn't realize it?
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to play a game. Damn, I knew it was around here somewhere. Damn, where is it?
Can I help you?
Ah! Scared me.
What do you seek?
I need the perfect scenario for a narrative game I'm running this week, and I can't find one.
Sir, this is the Black Library. We don't have narrative scenarios.
Well, then where should I go?
Might I recommend the Tabletop Campaign Repo?
The Tabletop Campaign Repo? What's that?
The Tabletop Campaign Repo is an ad-free site for hosting resources related to playing tabletop miniatures wargaming.
Oh, like scenarios?
Absolutely. Also, event packs, custom objectives, tracking sheets, custom terrain rules, maps, icon packs, award templates, and more.
Oh, and this is for Warhammer 40k?
Among other things, there's also Age of Sigmar, Kill Team, Warhammer Fantasy Battle, and others. They're always open for content submissions for any system, even non-Games Workshop materials.
Oh, that's awesome. It sounds like a great way to save all of this great content the community makes. A lot of that stuff often ends up disappearing into a dead message board or Facebook group.
Exactly. It's a real community effort.
Great. So, how do I get there?
Just go to that webway gate marked tcrepo.com.
tcrepo.com. Got it. Can I ask you one more question before I go?
Fire away.
This place is really easy to find. How come Armand can never find it?
Oh, because it's more funny that way.
Oh, yeah, clearly.
Once again, the Tabletop Campaign repository can be found at tcrepo.com, and they're always looking for submissions.
Greetings, mofos.
Are you out of George Dickel number 8, staring at a broken chess machine?
Don't want to spend the rest of the year tied to that couch?
Well, why don't you head on over to the 1 Hour a Night Facebook page and see what exciting stuff is going on there. It's a place to post all your daily progress in the hobby grind, as well as receive and give positive feedback. Also, there are usually a few interesting challenges going on.
That's right. All you have to do is search for 1 Hour a Night on Facebook. That's numeral 1 hour a night, all one word. Blood serum tests will be administered prior to approval.
Se til helvete og kom dere vekk. Det er ikke ei bikkje, det er en slags ting. Den imiterer ei bikkje, men det er ikke det. Kom dere vekk, idioter!
What he said.
Come here, boy, get the ball. Come on, Max, get the ball. Mom, Max won't get the ball. He's lazy.
I think I know why your Zote is being lazy, Jenny.
Why, Mom?
Because you forgot to feed him Zotobix today.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes, Zotobix contains all the nutrients and random animal parts a growing Zote craves. It not only provides our Zote with the energy it needs to play with you and protect our home, but it also keeps its chitinous shell fresh and shiny.
Oh, boy, I'd better feed Max his Zotobix.
Yes, you had.
Zotobix is made in part from grade
Max,
A
time for
Astra
dinner.
Militarum post-engagement byproduct and is infused with 112 essential vitamins
No,
and
Max,
minerals
down.
harvested from your Zote's natural habitat, the finest desert deserts.
Ah!
Zotobix is available in any shopping center on worlds where Zotes are allowed or where the Imperium's inexorable influence has not yet reached.
Hello, everyone. The Masters of the Forge is now a proud member of the NPC, the Narrative Podcast Consortium. Our aim is to inspire your hobby through the rich lore of the 41st millennium. If you enjoy our podcast, then make sure to check out these other awesome shows where you can get coverage on campaigns, Black Library, and all kinds of general topics of the 40k background.
The NGC 40K podcast also provides in-depth campaign coverage, audio dramas, and free-flowing narrative campaign creation.
The Adeptus Terra podcast also features in-depth discussions of the lore and commentary on the hobby.
Oh, and sexy English voices.
Oh, yeah.
The Masters of the Forge brings the world of 40k to life on your tabletop, with discussion on the lore, backed up by narrative-themed rules and battle reports.
Of course, this is only a fraction of the topics covered by the podcasts of the NPC. Please tune in to find out more.
Welcome back. So, we're going to be playing a Planet Strike mission. So, what's happened is your forces have carved out a small, stronghold in one of the cities. in the hopes that you can further investigate the strange orc psychic powers that have been you've detected here.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully figure out the source of their power and take it for yourself. However, the Inquisition has learned of this learned of this power source as well, and they're hoping to eliminate it, or in the case of the Xenos Inquisitor, take it for themselves. So I've got a force of split down the middle, Ordo Xenos and Ordo Hereticus working together against these orcs. They did not expect to find the Thousand Suns having a stronghold here.
Okay.
So we are going to be trying out a planet strike mission. Incursion size, both are going to have 50 power level. I'm trying out the Inquisition. You're continuing the advancement of your Thousand Suns. We're going to be playing the bog standard incursion planetary assault mission.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me read this mission. We'll have firestorms, which based on how many free fortifications you have, there'll be a certain number of firestorms. In this one, you only have one bastion, and we put a battle cannon on top of it.
Yeah.
Because that's what the model in Tabletop Simulator has. Also, you're kind of entitled to 20 power level worth, so we figured it made sense to just go ahead and throw a battle cannon on there instead. But I'll have D3 firestorm attacks. And also the deployment zone is 4 inches from the battlefield edge, and that's your deployment zone. You have the entire area as your deployment zone.
Got it.
The entirety of my army comes in using strategic reserves. You placed. So one of your objectives is the bastion in the very center of the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
And that bastion is surrounded by ruins. Now, some of these ruins are not marked. Some of them are marked. And one of these, they didn't actually set these ruined walls as obscuring. They should be. Ruined walls should be obscuring. All ruins should be obscuring. Yeah. So the last game we played, we didn't have any obscuring. It really should be, because you get gunned down pretty quickly if they aren't.
Right.
So I'll be coming in with reserve rolls, and you're going to be able to hold this bastion. We looked it up. The bastion it holds up to 15 models. If you don't have a gun on top, all 15 models can shoot out of it. If you do have a gun on top, 10 models can shoot out of it. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that kind of bones your cabal points, right? Because they don't count as being on the battlefield.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue with psychics sometimes is, your model has to be on the battlefield, but if you're embarked, that means you're not technically on the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's right about now that I was thinking, it'd be really nice to have a bunch of stupid Zangor to just jam them in there.
Yeah.
Let them pick
deal
their
with
noses.
Yeah. Well, you have like 3 requisition points just hanging out. So maybe next time pick up some Zangor, or we could just say if you wanted to like throw in some demons, you could do that too. But whatever. We've got this big deployment zone for you, and I'll be coming in reserve. I'm going to pick one of these long edges.
Yeah.
What you did was, so the bastion is a stronghold, so it counts as an objective marker. Itself, models inside count as holding it, and you can hold it like normal.
Yeah.
You also had to place 2 other objective markers, so you actually placed those as like in a mirror situation on either side of that bastion.
Yeah.
So if I picked a short edge, I would have had to.
You would have a long ways to go.
Yeah, so I picked one of the long edges, so I'll at least be on one of the objectives, but you're going to have clear control over the other 2.
Yeah.
So the mission objectives are secure drop sites. This is a progressive. At the end of each player's command phase, the player whose turn it is scores 5 VP for each of the following conditions, and it's hold 1, hold 2, or control a stronghold.
If I'm reading this correctly, this means you could technically have 2 strongholds on this if you had the large enough.
Yeah, you could have had 2 strongholds here if you wanted. But it's control 1 or more strongholds, so it's not like you get, extra for controlling 2.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking, what power level do we need to go to have 2 strongholds?
This incursion you could actually have 2 strongholds.
Oh wow. Okay.
Tabletop Simulator makes it a little tough you have to pick the terrain you have.
Yeah.
You can't score this in the first battle round, but it's at the end of each command phase, so basically you have to hold it
for
the whole turn.
Yeah.
Next one is Drop Zone Secure, which is an end game objective. You get 10 VP for each objective marker you control.
Okay.
The attacker scores 5 VP for each of the defender's strongholds that was destroyed during the battle. So if I can manage to destroy the bastion, that'll be 5 VP. It's not a lot. Like, they don't want to discourage you too much from having strongholds.
Right.
The victor bonus is going to be a battle honor.
Okay.
You get a planet strike battle trait of your choice on your sheet, and that's if you went. This is just a one-off army for me, so it really doesn't matter. I really have no skin in the game, so I just wanted to show, actually play these Inquisition units and actually talk about it.
Yeah.
And use them. They're always kind of this amorphous thing that a lot of people don't use in matched play, for good reason. We'll talk about that when we go over our lists, but they could also be a lot of fun. So I wanted to try them out for narrative play. Jason, do you want to talk about the army you took?
Okay, so I'm taking... Hold on, we're both doing a lot of shuffling of books and other fun stuff. We're trying to make sure we don't drop everything everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm taking my full Crusade force, which is 50 power level. I've got my Exalted Sorcerer on the disc. This is the exact same list we ran in our last episode with our last gaming episode. Whatever the name we've named that, I can't remember. Anyway, Exalted Sorcerer, and then an Infernal Master, because that's one of the new characters, and I'm just trying to make sure that I understand what the Infernal Master can do, which does seem to be an interesting character model the more I've played with it. 3 small rubric squads, so 5-man each, with an Inspiring Sorcerer. Scarab Occult Terminators, 1 small unit of those. A Chaos Contemptor Dreadnought, which he's not on my desk. Where did I put him? Oh, he's in the box. And then 2 Chaos Spawn. So it's the same list I did before. I think the Contemptor Dread should have the what is it called? It's got the Hellfire Missile Rack, or whatever that one's called. It's got a autocannon arm, and then because it's the Osiren Dread. Yeah. Wait, what's that again?
He's got a fisty fist.
Yeah, that one I'm counting that as a chain fist since it's got like a giant sword sticking out of it. So
yeah, as you do.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Nice.
And
now,
what were you? Well, go ahead.
Did you have any upgrades from the last time? Did anybody gain a level? Last time?
I didn't think they did until I was looking at my notes again, and it turns out that one of the Aspiring Sorcerer, or the Rubric squads, actually got 5 experience points.
Oh, it's 6 for the next level.
Oh, it's 6. That's why we didn't. Okay.
You're safe. Okay, cool.
Because I couldn't remember.
So what I did was I created a force of like a combined force of Ordo Xenos and Ordo Hereticus.
Right.
The Ordo Xenos isn't going to be super useful in this game because I'm playing against Hereticus. It's led by an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Ordo Xenos Inquisitor. She's got the refractor field.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what is the name of? See, we're already doing super good. What was I thought it was going to put it on the thing, but it didn't. The relic is called the Blade of the Ordo. She's got a power sword, strength 4, AP -3, damage D3. And it just does better against Xeno, so it's not going to do a whole lot here. She's also got the Terrify power, which is -1 leadership for the unit, and it can't fire Overwatch, which might be helpful. And she's also got Psychic Veil or the Ordo Xenos power, Warp Charge 5, and she can only be selected as a target of attacks. Oh no, she can put this on a unit, and they can only be the target of attacks if they're the closest, which will be really helpful because a lot of these squads are they're kind of frail. You don't want them targeted. With her, she has 3 monkeys, 3 monkey friends, 3 Jakaro weaponsmiths. They're her little friends. And she's also hanging out with some squads of Deathwatch. They're led by a chaplain to make sure that their metal is strong against these Xenos threats. And then there's a Primaris Intercessor squad with a fist, and 2 Primaris Assault Intercessor squads, one with a sword, one with a hammer, and they have an Impulsor. Now, I'm looking at the rules here, and it does seem like even though the Inquisition does say you can ride on any transport, despite your faction keywords, other keywords do apply. So I can't put an Inquisitor inside the Impulsor. Because it does say Primaris, and the Inquisitor is not a Primaris unit.
That bothers me.
It's a bummer, but it's okay. Now, for the Ordo Hereticus side, my Inquisitor is... she has a Condemner bolt gun and a plasma pistol. She's pretty cool. She's got the authority of the Inquisition and unquestionable wisdom, just like you would expect. Ordo Hereticus. Warlord trait is no escape. She can perform a heroic intervention within 6 inches horizontally and 5 inches vertically. And she, when an enemy unit is within engagement range of this warlord and is chosen to fall back, you can roll 1d6. On a 4+, they cannot fall back.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that could go through and really keep a unit there.
Yeah, she's also a alpha level psyker, so she has mental interrogation, which is gain a command point on a 3d6 equal to or greater than the enemy model's leadership, and they have a -1 to hit. That one is Warp Charge 6. Scourging. That's the Hereticus one. That's the one that gives -1 attacks. And you roll 2d6 against their leadership, and they have -1 to hit. So penalty to attacks and to hit. And then we have Psychic Pursuit. Warp Charge 7. Select a character that's wounds 9 or less. And select an infantry unit within 6 inches. And that unit can make attacks with them and ignore the lookout serval. So that's I figured that one would be really, really good.
Yeah, it's probably going to be good
if I'm going
for me.
after characters. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I like that. So she's got a bunch of buddies with her. She has an acolyte with a thunderhammer and a plasma pistol.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just a single acolyte. So that means it's a character. And then an acolyte with a las pistol and meltagun. Actually, I have 2 of those. Just 2 acolyte characters with meltaguns. Then we have 3 acolytes with combi flamers, 3 acolytes with combi plasma, and 3 acolytes with power swords and plasma pistols.
Okay.
They're going to be easy. They're like small units of 3.
Yeah.
But they're really expensive. So they're one power level per each model is 1 power level, which is basically the same as a Primaris Marine.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're talking about points, it's about the same. It's just very expensive for a model that has a 5+ save.
Yeah.
So you have to keep them protected. Now the one Inquisitor's ability to kind of hide models would be great here, but that can only affect other Ordo Xenos, so that's not really going to be helpful for these units. But I kept them down to units of 3, identical models, so hopefully they can hide inside the terrain and get close enough to do their job. And that's my army. Sorry, I kind of plotted through there. This is a totally different army to me. So
yeah, this is a new one for you. What's kind of fun is that we're using now. Was it? You can take your battle scribe roster and send it to this website, and it will create your list for you. Right. So you have like we have rubrics and aspiring sorcerers and all that. And one of the things I found really fun with that, as Adam was playing with these, was these Inquisitors that are available are from all manner of characters. Like, for instance, Garrow, the 30k miniature, was listed as an Inquisitor. The Inquisitor, I think, that you're taking now with the Jacaros, I think that mini is from
Curse City?
Yeah, from Curse City. And I think the other Inquisitor is not from Curse City, but it's the father-daughter duo.
Oh, yeah. I think they're from the Curse City expansion. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so you've got, you can easily, the Inquisitors and the Witch Hunters and whatnot all look very similar. So,
oh yeah, there's a lot of like the Inquisition pack. Also, a lot of these are from Necromunda.
Yeah,
as well, because they're just these weird esoteric models with all kinds of weird weapons. So why not, right?
Yeah, perfect. Perfect stuff to use.
So here, what we're gonna do. Oh, Jason, what did you pick as your agendas?
Oh, my agenda is let me go back over here. I'm taking the same agenda I took last time, which is Wrath of the Sorcerers. It's a Crusade agenda. It is Thousand Suns only. Basically, you just kind of keep a list of how many psychic powers that you set off, and then you get is it 2 experience for whoever has the most, or I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. It's a great agenda for Thousand Suns. I mean, there's 3 other agendas. I think there's for a total of 3 or 4. They're all really cool, but that one's the one that I kind of am drawn more towards. So yeah, good stuff.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and do deployment, and we're gonna do turn 1 because I think it's pretty obvious what Jason's gonna do. He's gonna deploy. You know what? Why don't we just do the deployment and we'll see? Because you know what? We'll do deployment and I'll do my firestorm attacks while we're recording.
Oh boy. All right, and we're back.
And we're back. You have deployed.
Yeah.
And then I have placed my firestorm attack markers, and you have we couldn't figure out,
And then I did
like, whether or not the firestorm attacks would happen before you redeploy, so we just rolled off.
Yeah.
And you won the roll off and you redeployed.
Yay.
Which is good. Now I get D3 firestorm attacks. So you did redeploy. You moved actually a lot, like a whole Terminator squad.
Yeah.
And your character's right next to the bastion.
Yeah.
In the middle. And then left kind of the outskirts open.
Yeah.
When I come in, any infantry or fly units or beasts or swarms can deep strike on turn 1. They kind of represent their forward position, like moving in for a forward position. But still, there's enough coverage you have out there with the spawn and the dreadnought.
Yeah.
Covering up things that I really won't have much opportunity unless I want to suicide a character, which is not a great idea.
Yeah.
I still could hit a few things with my firestorm attack, so why don't I roll my D3? Here we go. I rolled a 3, so I have 3 firestorm attacks.
All right, hit them.
There are 6 firestorm markers as per the rules, and I roll 3d6. Here we go. Marker 4, 5, and 6. So 4 will hit the Rubric squad.
Mm-hmm.
5 will hit nothing, and 6 will hit the Contemptor Dreadnought.
Yep. I cannot go through and redeploy him because he is a vehicle.
Okay, so the Contemptor takes 2 mortal wounds.
All right.
The Rubrics take 3 mortal wounds.
Hold on.
All right. That is awesome.
Okay, so first things first, I need to go through and write these in on the characters. Listeners, there's a little bit of part of me that wants to go through and actually video my movement because I am so bad at tabletop that it is hilarious. At one point, I lost a Terminator at one point. I've also lost a Rubric at one point, not because they went anywhere, but because I'm not good at this. All right. So 3 mortal wounds on the Rubrics, which is fine. Why? Because they're Rubrics. You know what? The Dustbuster will be repaired. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So shall we go ahead and pause, or do you want to keep talking about this?
That's fair enough. No, here. So I just rolled for all my reserves.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a little FYI here for you.
Yeah.
I got 1 Acolyte with a hammer in.
Okay.
1 Jakara weaponsmith.
Okay.
1 Acolyte with a melt-a-gun.
Ooh.
The squad of Acolytes with the swords, power swords. The Inquisitor, the Ordo Xenos Inquisitor.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the Death Watch.
Ooh.
So I'm missing quite a bit of the Ordo Hereticus. The Death Watch, it looks like the Death Watch and the Ordo Xenos got here first.
Right.
And I'm kind of playing this as kind of so as far as agendas are concerned, I don't really have any agendas, but from a narrative perspective, I'm kind of saying that it's a competition between the Ordo Xenos Inquisitor and the Ordo Hereticus Inquisitor to see who can take out the Exalted Sorcerer first.
Oh, okay. We're gunning for him. Cool.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back after my turn 1. So this is kind of the first turn movement with Planet Strike is kind of the attacker's deployment. So I kind of wanted to break in here and talk about this. Mm-hmm. So I have encircled on my side here with the 5-man assault intercessor squad kind of right on top of your chaos spawn, who's on the objective near my deployment edge in the very center. And to their left is the impulsor that has the chaplain and the 5 more assault intercessors inside. And that's kind of just sitting there, not going to be able to really do anything except for shoot. Hiding behind a ruin next to that is the acolyte with the hammer. It's close enough where it could get a pretty good charge on those Terminators. I'm just not sure he wants to do that. That's a poor life choice for him. And then creeping up the left flank, with this turn 1, you're able to kind of deep strike these infantry. So I put the 5 model intercessor squad inside a ruin, kind of looking out, able to shoot the Terminators or the Dreadnought if they really wanted to. And all the way on the left, I have that one acolyte with a melt-a-gun standing behind a ruin, and he can see the Contemptor Dreadnought. So we'll see if we can't take him out. I'm not close enough for +2 damage, so I can't kill him with 1 shot. I would have to help him out with the intercessors.
Ouch. Okay.
Hiding in a ruin on the right flank is the Ordo Xenos Inquisitor and the Jakara Weaponsmith.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to put these other acolytes here, but I forgot those are Ordo Hereticus. So I think those Ordo Hereticus ones are going to go after this spawn all the way on the far right, your far left flank. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to stick them there, and I'm going to hope for a 9-inch charge on this spawn.
Okay. Well, that'll cause me to have to roll a mutation or whatever it is.
Yeah, they won't be able to be shot by the battle cannon, that's really the important thing. They're hiding. They're behind obscuring terrain, so they're going to be safe from the battle cannon if they fail their charge. But we'll see. Again, outside we have the combi flamers, who were thinking they were going to be burning orcs, but that's not happening. The combi plasma squad. Mm-hmm. Both of those are 3 models. The Ordo Hereticus Inquisitor, the other acolyte with a melt-a-gun, and the 2 other Jakara Weaponsmiths. The Jakara Weaponsmith that's on the battlefield was able to deploy up on a ruin, so should be able to get some shots off. All right. I think we're ready to go into shooting and charging. I just wanted to break in there in the movement phase just to tell everybody where we were at.
All right, so now we are back after your first turn of smacking me around.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So I actually took notes this time.
Yay! Whoa, we're being professional. Yeah.
We're being more professional. Well, let's be honest.
Right.
Me going over my list at the start of this was half drunken rambling, half drunken. It was 100% drunken rambling. Anyways, I cast Psychic Veil on the monkey.
That was funny.
But then I'm like, oh, actually, it's an aura. I cast it on myself, and everything within 6 inches can't be targeted unless it's the closest enemy unit. That Psychic Veil is a great power.
Yeah.
It's an amazing power. So then you tried to deny it, but you only got a 5. I rolled a 6.
Yeah.
The Assault Intercessor shot the spawn, took off a few wounds. Mm-hmm. the Jacaro buffed itself to reroll wounds, and then Psychic Monkey kill Terminator.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was pretty great.
Yeah.
Peppered those Terminators a little bit more. The Acolyte tried to YOLO melt a gun. So there's an Acolyte that appeared on the far left side, my far left side, to shoot at this Contemptor Dreadnought that got hit by the bombardment at the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't close enough where I could do the D6 plus 2, but if I'd gotten a 6 or a 5, the Intercessors on this side could have actually taken it out. But I only did 3 damage with my with the Meltagun, which was a comedy of errors. Like, I hit and wounded pretty easily. Then you rolled. You're like, man, I need a reroll to get that invulnerable save.
Yeah.
And you still rolled a 3.
I still rolled something terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled 3 for damage. I'm like, well, I'm going to use that. So my Inquisitor has the Warlord trait that allows her to get a command point on a 5+ if you spend a command point. So what was that again? Esoteric Lore, I think it was.
That sounds right. I remember talking about it in our episode.
Yeah. So I immediately used that command point that I stole from you to reroll the damage, and I also re-rolled it into a 3. So it was the 3s. It was the 3s that just happened. So the Dreadnought is fine. I mean, not super fine. He's down to 4 wounds, but this Acolyte is super dead. I'm sure of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I failed to charge your spawn that's way over on your left side, my right side.
Which was kind of aggravating to me because I've already pulled his paperwork out so I can sit there and say he's done nothing so I can jam it back in the back of my folder. So, those Acolytes are hiding behind the ruin, waiting for the spawn to come to them instead. And the Acolyte that was next to the Impulsor, the Impulsor charged into the Terminators, and the Acolyte that was next to it then tried to charge in and failed his charge. You took off quite a few wounds on the Impulsor. It only has 6 wounds left. Yeah, what was it? I think I started beating it with swords, so...
Yeah, and apparently that shield dome provides invulnerable save in combat as well, which is nice. And the spawn that you so helpfully put on my side of the battlefield did absolutely die to the 5-man Intercessor squad. Which is, it's kind of a problem. Like, it was very good sacrifice because you still have 2 units of Rubric sitting inside the bastion in the center of the battlefield,
looking
which is
directly over you.
Yeah, you can either get out with them and blast me, or just stay in there and blast me with guns. So it's really entirely up to you how you go about doing that.
Yeah.
So how many Cabal points do you have on the battlefield right now?
Okay, so total for my list is 9, but on the battlefield are 7 because I have 2 aspiring sorcerers sitting in the... Wow, that's a lot of S's. That are sitting in the bastion. It's too many of those, that letter.
Yeah. Sitting in the Chaos Bastion. All right. So we're going to come back after you do your turn 1. We'll see if I can weather, because this is going to be quite a nasty turn. I'm kind of glad I put those Scarabatolt Terminators in combat with the Impulsor.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling the Impulsor might not survive this.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, there's a risk. All right, we'll be right back.
All right, we're back.
We are back. That was a brutal turn for the forces of the Imperium. So you used your Infernal Pact. What's it called again?
The one I used was Fire the Abyss. And that dropped 1 mortal wound on the Impulsor. I then started moving stuff around. Moved the spawn to the Acolytes. Close enough that I could assault them. The Dread to the both to the intercessors and also the that acolyte who wounded him, who hurt him so deeply.
Mm-hmm.
I then
The smoking boots.
Yeah. So I started throwing a lot of powers immediately because that's the Thousand Suns.
Mm-hmm.
The Exalted Sorcerer got off both Smite and Temporal, whatever it's called, which is the healing, but you did block the heal.
Yeah, with the Ordo Xenos Inquisitor.
Yeah. And then the Infernal Master then smited the Impulsor and earned 2 Wrath of Sorcerer marks because, 1, he got the thing off, and 2, he killed the unit.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. The Termi Sorcerer sent off Zinch's Firestorm, which I love this. I absolutely love this spell. It does nothing. I mean, it's... you have to roll for it to go off. Then you roll, 9 d6s, and on a 6, you get a mortal wound, which, you never get more than like 1, maybe 2, but unless you roll high. So I got off 1, and that was it. So that was my psychic phase. So in shooting, we had that Melt Acolyte. So the Contemptor with the Cyclone Missile Launcher dropped a frag missile on it, which I think came up with like
6 hits.
Yeah, 6 hits and 5 wounds.
Yeah, I tried my best, but I just couldn't make those saves. He is just a cinder on the battlefield.
Actually, I was wanting him to live. I really did want him to live because
I'm feeling like these acolytes really need transports real bad.
Yeah,
like you need to. Yeah. And the Ordo Xenos Inquisitors, psychic availability is so good for them.
Yeah,
so good for them. Anyways,
let's see. Rubrics in the Bastion and the Battle Cannon whittled down the Assault Intercessors that were holding the objective. The Terminators hopped in there and killed them, so they picked up a kill.
Yeah, I have nothing in the center of my deployment zone now.
Yeah.
You just have Terminators there.
And then that spawn that I was trying to get Adam to kill off, it went ahead and charged those acolytes and killed 2 of them. We do need to roll. Do we need to roll morale?
We have a few morale checks to make. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's a morale.
Yeah, morale's probably gonna.
They're okay, and the intercessors, they're also okay.
Okay. Let's see. But yeah, there was a lot of bloodshed in this one. It's
rough. Yeah, you've moved forward with that. You've locked down my my regular intercessors with the dreadnought, and you didn't hardly take anything. I hit with a few power fist attacks, but you didn't take any damage from them, and the acolytes are not strong enough. I'm not going to score any points this turn, and if I don't somehow, here's the thing: your bastion is being held by 10 objective secured models.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I can actually stop you from scoring 10 points, let alone 15 this turn. Let's have a look at my reserve rolls. Okay. Nothing came in except for 1 more Inquisitor. Ooh, It's going to be a tough turn. It is going to be a tough turn, guys. All right, here we go. Turn 2.
All right, and we are back.
Okay, a little bit of comeuppance. I mean, it kind of turned out you know what? I did a little bit better than I thought I would, and I owe it all to the Ordo Hereticus Inquisitor showing up and I mean, she understands the enemy much better than the Xenos Inquisitor does.
Yeah.
Even though she was late to the party, she kind of let the Xenos Inquisitor take a little bit of the lumps first. You know what I'm saying? So the Assault Intercessors moved in. I knew I had to take care of those Terminators, even though they're kind of like a hard block to move through. They would have just kept on killing me. Like, they were your MVP in the last game. Well, one of the main MVPs in the last game. And even this game, I'm like, I still almost feel like they were a major, like, win or lose. I think they did a really good job of impeding me.
Well, that's what they're known for right now.
Oh,
is just being brutal to take down.
Oh, yeah. So... Ordo Xenos Inquisitor did her Psychic Veil. And Ordo Hereticus failed the Scourging, but she smote the Terminators for 3, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Psychic Space Monkey did hit and wound against the Terminators, but you made your invulnerable save.
Yep.
The Acolyte overcharged his plasma pistol at the Terminator and brought it down to 1 wound.
Yeah.
Some ineffectual shooting, and then the Assault Intercessors charged your Sorcerer, because he was kind of out in the open.
Yeah.
Next to the Bastion, a little bit out of position, I think.
I should have moved him, and afterwards I was like, yeah, this could be bad. Because he was no longer bubble wrapped.
Yeah, you had used your Terminators to deny me this point over here.
Yeah.
But that left the Sorcerer exposed.
Yeah.
Also the Condemner bolt gun actually took out the last Terminator, the second to last Terminator, the penultimate Terminator.
Yeah.
So this Hereticus Inquisitor, she really knew what she was talking about.
Yeah. Yep, that means you need to take the correct Inquisitor when you're going.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. So the Assault Intercessors charged the Sorcerer, the Chaplain charged the last Terminator, and the Acolyte also charged the Sorcerer. The Acolyte did 2 damage on that Sorcerer.
Yeah.
Then the Acolyte the Sorcerer broke in to kill some Intercessors, and he killed one of them.
Yeah.
But then the Intercessors killed the Sorcerer.
Yeah, they're just way too many.
Yeah, there was a little too much there. And the
Chaplain, I forgot to attack with the Disc of Zinch, but still it wouldn't have made any difference.
Yeah, you can still get that in if you want.
Yeah, no.
And then the Chaplain did take out the last Terminator, thanks to his it really was his hatred.
Yeah.
The Chaplain's aura of hatred that really helped with the rerolls and stuff over here.
That's right, because he had to reroll. The Chaplain did have to reroll that. Yeah,
he did. He had to reroll his ones. The Spawn made quick work of that last Acolyte on the far.
Oh man, I've got to mark down that he had a kill.
Side. He does have a kill. He might live through the game. You know, I'm going to intentionally not shoot him just so he survives. The Dreadnought took 1 damage from a fist after he killed 1 Intercessor.
Yeah.
I think the Dreadnought's down to 3? 3.
Yeah, he's just down to 2 or 3. He's pretty low.
Yep, but here's the thing. He gets to shoot in combat. And it's going to suck for me.
Yeah.
This is going to suck for me. But at least I did... the Ordo Hereticus Inquisitor achieved her first goal, which is to take out that Sorcerer.
Yeah, that should have been...
I mean, he probably didn't die. He probably just teleported himself away just to let the Infernal Master take care of this problem. I assume there's some kind of underground passage beneath this bastion that leads to your maybe not one of your inner sanctums.
Maybe. Well, considering I'm painting one of my bastions as a kind of Zinch tower or Thousand Sun tower, yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I actually have it right here.
Mm.
Nice and blue and off-white.
Shiny.
Yeah, very. It's
I
very.
love it.
This is the shiniest model I think I've ever painted, and it's bothering me because I've always gone for the more, dirty whatever, and the Thousand Suns have always are. I'm loving them, but the thing is that they're so shiny that it's like it's almost hurting my eyes.
Well, it's good to step out your comfort zone. You're doing
Yeah.
a great job with the army, dude.
Well, thanks, dude. With all this highlighting, it's definitely a labor of love.
Oh, absolutely.
And you're gonna let this chaos spawn live, too. That's gonna drive me absolutely nuts.
I absolutely am. It's going to be delightful. So on turn 3, these units are going to be coming in on a 2+, but that won't help if all the rest of my units are dead. Let's see what you can do, dude.
Okay. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, and we are back from my turn.
Okay, wow. So
that got brutal. That got real brutal.
It really did.
Yeah.
You killed an intercessor squad you killed an intercessor with the Infernal Master using his, what's it called again?
The Infernal Pacts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's done in the command phase. I think what did I use? The one that actually deals like, it's not Blade Maelstrom, it's Fires of the Abyss.
All right, yeah, it did 2 mortal wounds, and your 2 squads, you left your 2 squads inside the bastion, which is very frustrating because even the stuff I have coming out, I don't think it can kill a bastion.
Yeah.
And you wiped out the intercessor squad with shooting from the dreadnought in combat. You killed the acolyte, you killed the intercessors. And one really frustrating thing is that the Inquisitor got shot by the bastion. There's really no I couldn't
by the vengeance battery on top.
Yeah, it's like I don't have enough infantry to protect my characters. It's the bummer. So like if you're looking at the battlefield right now, from my perspective, on the left there's a Contemptor Dreadnought with 3 wounds left, and then in the backfield there's an Infernal Master with 5 Rubric Marines.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, 3.5 Rubric Marines sitting on an objective.
Yeah.
And then arcing over on the right is a spawn, all surrounding me, with the bastion in the center that has 2 squads of rubrics inside it.
Yeah.
And the chaplain standing outside saying, little pig, let me in." And then hiding in a ruin is the Ordo Xenos Inquisitor and her Jakaro weaponsmith.
Oh,
and
she's
she's lording it over the Ordo Hereticus Inquisitor now. Like, yeah, it's all well and good to jump in and wave your member around saying, "I'm the best. I am so great. I'm better than everybody else." It gets you shot. You know, it doesn't get you shot. Psychic Veil.
That's right.
That's something to think about, I think, right?
Yeah. That's actually that's a good thought. Yeah.
Yeah. So all of these models will come in on a 2+. There is still 1 Jakaro.
Are you serious?
Oh, and the Plasma Squad. That is so sad. I really needed them to take out that.
Oh, yeah.
To take out that bastion. Okay, so the Plasma Squad stays out. 1 Acolyte squad with the Flamers comes in. An Acolyte with a Meltagun comes in, and a Jakaro comes in. Yeah, I just don't have enough models. I don't.
Well,
let's see what we can do, I guess.
Okay. So we will be, once I can find that button, we'll be right back. And we are back from turn 3.
Top of turn 3, yeah.
Woof.
Yeah. So this was really very fascinating. I moved everything that came on into the very center in my backfield. I did score 5 points. Yay! So it's 15-5. Well,
Yeah.
I unloaded with everything possible into the bastion, and I did. So I hit it with a Melta for 4. I stupidly shot my Flamer squad at it. I don't know why I did that.
Because I mean, if you had not shot the Flamer squad at it, I don't know that it would have.
I didn't do any wounds.
Yeah.
Or did I do one? Yeah. Well, anyways, and then my last shot with the Inferno pistol from the Ordo Xenos Inquisitor destroyed the bastion.
Which you weren't going to take that shot, and I said, "No, man, it's strength 8, toughness 8. Let's do this."
Yeah. And you rolled a 6 to see if it exploded. It exploded, and it promptly did 6 mortal wounds to the Inquisitor. She took a bulkhead to the face, and is regretting all of her life choices. You only lost 1 rubric in the explosion.
Yeah.
And fortunately, the chaplain also only lost 1 wound in the explosion.
Yeah.
But that's really more than enough, man. You're sitting on. I charged you and I did nothing.
Yeah.
And you attacked back. Like, there are 9 rubric Marines standing here on this side of the battlefield, ready to do some serious van damage on my army. And
I've got 2 sorcerers.
It's not great. It's not great for anyone here. So I think we can definitely call it at this point. So this is very exciting. I feel like just pure Inquisition is tough because of the way power level works.
Yeah.
I can't take a lot of chaff because the models are so expensive. It's 1 power level per model compared to, I think it's like 2 power level for a squad of 2 or 3 power level for a squad of the rogue trader models, which is a huge difference. So I almost feel like it would be good to have a separate unit type for the inquisitorial henchmen, like one or limit the special weapons they can take or something for just pure Inquisition squads. Now, what really I think works a lot better, I think, is taking it with some Imperial Guard, like take an Imperial Guard detachment and then just sprinkle in inquisitorial henchmen throughout. I think that would work a lot better.
As we were playing this, and as I started kind of looking at the dead pile and what was going on, I was like, if you had brought a bunch of guard, I don't know that I would have had the number of shots to take them down. I mean, I've had to rely on leadership, but I just yeah.
So I think later in the campaign, I think I bring back. Okay, how did the Ordo Hereticus Inquisitor get taken out? It was that frag. It was the gun, right?
Yeah. It was the Vengeance Battery.
The Vengeance Battery. Yeah, that was kind of a BS. That there's no way she would have died to that. She maybe she definitely got carried off by this Jakaro weaponsmith. Maybe?
Yeah.
Or no, this acolyte with the meltagun for sure.
Yeah.
It was definitely the acolyte with the meltagun. He sent in these acolytes with the flamers and says, "You take care of those guys. I'm gonna get the boss off the battlefield." However, the Ordo Xenos Inquisitor is definitely dead. She is haste. She is a red smear on the ground from that bastion exploding. Absolutely.
And I was actually going to let her live. I was not going to target her as long as she didn't go to that objective marker. And then, essentially fratricide. I mean, you basically killed her yourself.
No, it's true. You know who else lived, though?
Who else?
Chaos Spawn.
Well, it's okay. It's okay because my Chaos Spawn have I think that my Terminator Sorcerer has the best paint job. The Spawn has the most catching eye paint job.
Yeah. Now, having said that, I mean, I do have a squad of acolytes and a Jacaro that would have come in automatically this turn.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have scored anything. They would have just killed something.
Well,
And,
I still hadn't finished this turn, so I probably would have wiped off.
Yeah.
I would have taken out those acolytes, and
you
that
would have
chaplain
taken
would
out
be dead.
everything else would be dead. Those 4 models would walk on and be like, "Oh, look, I'm just killing your models for no reason." So I think we're good here.
Yeah.
What I want to do on audio is I want to see the roll to see whether or not your warlord gets a battle scar or not.
Oh yeah, let's do that real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that up, dude.
Okay.
Just don't roll a 1.
Don't roll a 1. All right. Yeah, I don't want him to have a battle scar just because. Yeah. 2. He's good.
Okay, you're good. All right. So what we're gonna do is we'll roll these off. Roll the rest of those off. Off the audio. What we do need to do is decide who is marked for greatness on your side of the battlefield. Now,
okay.
Here, I really think it's the Terminators again. I think that they stopped you from dying, but they also abandoned the Sorcerer when they needed him the most. So there's that. And also the Rubric Marines held the center.
Yeah.
They absolutely held the center in that. Literally, I mean, I don't know. I'm torn between the Terminators and the Rubrics, but I honestly think it's the Terminators.
I'm going to go with the Terminators also because I've been hearing this from a lot of people who are playing Thousand Suns right now that they're a pretty strong unit, and I hate Terminators just on general principle. I just don't like them, and they're doing well, and I feel like I have to reward them, and I'm a little offended about it, but I'll be okay.
Yeah, they're really good. I thought they did a great job. So yeah, we're going to do the mark for greatness on them. And also, if you would like,
I think
we have to get you a Warzone, a Planet Strike, upgrade. A Planet Strike battle trait. Who do you think should get the battle trait in this one? You want to do one of these Rubric Marine squads that was holding the objective?
Yeah, actually, let's do that because the ones are the squad that's by itself, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, you have a 4 model unit and a 5 model unit here.
Oh, they were in the bastion.
Yeah. Do you want to do the one that took a wound or the one that didn't?
I don't care either one. I'm not sure who's who anyway.
Let's say it's the unit that didn't take a wound or that did take a wound because they were trying to drag out whatever secret is giving them this benefit. All right, roll a d6.
Okay, so 1d6. All right, let me get back to the game real quick. And that's already selected here. R for roll, and we've got a 1.
All right, the defender. All right. Protector of worlds, because you're jealously guarding your holdings.
Oh.
Whilst this unit is wholly within its own deployment zone, it has the objective secured ability. It already has that.
Yeah.
While this unit is receiving the benefits of cover, enemy models cannot use rules that would allow their ranged attacks to ignore the benefits of cover against this unit. So that's really good.
Okay. Yeah.
So actually my beast snagas have a bunch of stuff that ignores cover.
Yeah.
That won't work against them. And excellent.
Cool. I'll need to go through and update all this on my stuff. I'm writing the notes down, so I'll get
Protector
updated.
of Worlds.
That's kind of cool. normally I don't see his rubrics as being much more than,
holders anyways.
Yeah, that's kind of who they are.
Awesome. Well, this was fun, dude. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Yeah, definitely going all Inquisition is not a good idea, but at the same time, I saw the benefit of having like a few of these little squads of specialists all working together, and some of the psychic powers really helped, like that psychic veil. Oof. Having an aura of not being able to target anything is pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, like just having 3 Jacaros standing there with an Ordo Xenos Inquisitor sounds like a pretty great party to me.
Yeah. There's all sorts of shenanigans you could have gotten into with that.
Yeah.
Just
sending in waves of guardsmen while they stood back shooting.
Yeah.
Like even though this game I definitely lost real bad, I can see the benefit of putting some of these together in a points game or in a more intelligent way in a narrative game for sure.
Yeah, I think honestly, the more I'm thinking about this, it might be more of a run a guard detachment, and have these guys attached to them. Sprinkle stuff in, even something like a guard detachment, a Space Marines detachment, and sprinkle in some Inquisitors, and you have yourself a proper inquisitorial like force. That's how it would be. You have forgotten though that Zinch was on my side whenever whenever all of your reserve rolls just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those were honestly that helped me more than anything else. In fact, I think your reserve rolls probably should have gotten marked for greatness, but we can't do that.
All right, great. So next week we're gonna be talking about the custodes with a new friend. But until then,
play the game the way you want to.
We'd love it if you could give us a positive rating and review on iTunes.
If you'd like to keep in contact with us, you can follow us on Facebook or Twitter by searching for Masters of the Forge.
And you can follow our hobby progress on Instagram with the hashtag Masters of the Forge.
If you'd like to engage with us directly, you can always join our Discord server.
To do so, or if you have any questions, topic suggestions, or if you'd like to advertise your creative hobby endeavor,
contact us at mastersoftheforge@gmail.com.
Please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/mastersoftheforge. Thanks.
The music used in this podcast was made by Parad of the duo Sublevel 3. The track is used with his permission. This podcast is protected by the Creative Commons Attribution, No Derivatives, Non-Commercial International License. More information about this license and contact information if you have any requests can be found at our blog, mastersoftheforge.com.
It's such a good feeling to play games your way. It's such a happy feeling 40K'ing away. And when you throw dice with story in mind, it's such a wonderful way to unwind. It's a good feeling, a very good feeling, the feeling you know that we'll be back when the fortnight's new, and we'll have new ideas for you, and you'll have things you'll want to talk about. We will